What's going on YouTube? You're watching Exquisitemad. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to hit that bell. Today going to be detailing two Cadillacs. Going to be cleaning them, then actually doing two full details on them. So should be interesting. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to get straight into it. Alright, so since now this is washed, and so is the other one over here, we're going to start on this one. So one of the biggest things about this detailing an automobile, you're going to want to make sure that you get all the tar off. See this? You don't know if it's tar, you don't know if it's what, but if you come over here, got a remedy to that. Got this. So 9 times out of 10, you want to just straight compound it or polish it. We're going to get to that. I'm going to use something that's really easy. Everybody shop around knows this. Mineral spirits. You don't need to buy tar removers and all these different brands. Mineral spirits. I'm not endorsed by Jasco or however you're supposed to say it. Just use some mineral spirits. You can get this from a big box store, hardware store, what have you. Works great. It doesn't harm the plastic, and it's easy on the paint. So, and it dries, and then once you get ready to do the other work, you're good to go. So give me just 1 sec, get right into it. Look at this. You ready? Think you need to go straight to a polish or a compound? No, this isn't some magical product. It's mineral spirits. Boom, off. So just got finished detailing these two Cadillacs here. Did full details on them, inside and out. Did a wash, did a paint decontamination, also did a wipe down and removal of all the tar, the bugs, all that kind of good stuff, and then went over it and polished it and then waxed it. It's very slick, very beautiful. As you can see, this pearl paint right now is just popping. And as you can see the reflection of the lights here, there's no swirls surrounding it. Took it completely out. And as you can see, these lights are, notorious for that. So, for showing that kind of stuff. Well, anyway, turned out absolutely awesome, as you can see. So, exquisite, I guess we could say. Turned out absolutely exquisite. This one right here, same thing, totally washed, decontaminated, then polished and waxed. Now on the interiors, because gotta leave some stuff out there for other videos, but as you can see on this one, some work went into it. Turned out awesome, turned out great. We're going to take a look at the inside real quick. As you can see, by polishing, these pieces now from Cadillac are clear coated. So these are clear coated. These metal pieces, these are clear coated. So you don't want to use a metal polish on there. It is not a polishable surface. Same thing with these wheels. These wheels are a little bit of an upgrade. They are aluminum, and at the time that clear coat does start to fail on them, you know, hopefully they don't for a while, but in 3-4 years, maybe the second or third owner of this vehicle will see that, and then of course they could be polished out. So anyway, this is the interior. Cleaned up everything, disinfected everything, then went over it and conditioned it. Not endorsing any type of specific conditioners or dressings or anything like that, so not gonna feed you any gimmicks or anything like that. Key thing is, number one, make sure that you use a leather product. Don't use an all-purpose cleaner to clean leather. It will pull the pigment right out of this leather, and you're going to be looking crazy because you're going to think it's dirty, but you're actually just removed the pigment, which made it look dirty. And what's going to happen is you're going to continue to clean it until you don't have any pigment left in it, any of the tan. So make sure that you use actual real leather products. Use a leather cleaner and a leather conditioner. I use some very, very specific things. Again, if you want to actually learn what that is and what those processes are, you could check out the patreon.com/exquisitemad. But as you can see, it took out the jean stains that were in here and brought it back to where it needed to be without using anything harsh. Same thing with the Alcantara that's on the sides here. Clean that over really nice. Now, moving to the back, and I'll let you see, this is, you know, a wood grain. It does have a finish on here. I like to use wood products on wood. I don't like to buy into any of the detailing stuff, because the thing is, when you do that, there is no one size fits all. For instance, leather is leather. It doesn't matter if it's from the 1700s or from now. Leather is leather. If it's real leather. If it's vinyl, you're basically dealing with plastic and rubber. So, but when you're dealing with plastic, you're dealing with plastic. When you're dealing with wood, you're dealing with wood. If it is real wood, as long as it's not plastic. So make sure that whatever cleaner that you use, for instance, you don't want to get this Alcantara or suede wet. You don't ever want to get suede wet. Winds up being a huge issue and a huge problem. The other thing that you want to be aware of is if this is dirty, if you're in a vehicle and this surface is dirty and you're cleaning it and it drips down onto the stitching here, this white stitching, it will turn it brown. And unless you know how to get that stitching back clean without using steam, steam degrades leather. Steam dries out leather. Here's the question I want you all to ask yourselves. Leather is skin. If you get into a very, very hot shower and you know, basically just take a very, very hot shower, this is the easy way of me of putting it, it dries your skin out. Leather is skin. It dries it out. So, and also it causes it to shrink. So shoemakers have been doing that for a long time. Leather crafters have done that. They wet the leather, they shrink it, you know, make it form. So that's something to keep in mind. This here has stuffing in it and it's stitched, you know, and it's stitched tight, stuff like that. So anyway, that's a little bit of game I'm kind of giving you there. So just stuff that you want to be aware of. When you're dealing with these controls, make sure that you're not using an all-purpose cleaner, because some of these little painted little figures here can be screwed up and you can wipe it off. So regardless of what all-purpose cleaner, that's why it says test in an inconspicuous spot, not liable for any damages, yada 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 yadas, because they know, the manufacturers know of some of these products, it could damage it. So try to use something that is least aggressive first and then move to the more aggressive and the most aggressive. So that's always the safest thing to do, regardless if you're doing paint correction and polishing or tar removal or grease removal to doing leather to whatever. So plastics, what have you. Over here, taking a look at this one actually turned out really nice. Again, if you want to see what what process, as far as what product was used, how many pounds of pressure was used, what was the speed of the polisher, what pad was being used, how long did I let it sit, if I let it sit at all, did I just immediately wipe it off. If you want to know those type of details, you have to go to the Patreon and actually to subscribe there. It's 800-292-2341. That's if you want to get your aircraft or automobiles detailed and you're in the Gulf Coast, and services are available 7 days a week, subject to scheduling and availability. So appreciate y'all watching, hope y'all enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos.